Good morning, everybody. It's Big Dave here from Mad Rock 102.5. I'm joined by Zach Grantham from Katy Country. We want to welcome you to our March Teacher of the Month announcement. I want to thank our sponsors before we get started: Night Furniture and Mattress, Pediatric Dentistry of Sherman, and Parkway Buick GMC. Now, of course, I get to do the introduction of our sponsors, which is the easy part. And just because I want to see him totally screw this up, I'm going to let Zach introduce you to our Teacher of the Month for March.
Dave, I totally got this down. We're good now. We are good.
We'll see.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, everybody of all ages. Don't want to discriminate on age or anything, Dave. But yeah, we have our March Teacher of the Month from Scott Middle School, home of those pesky Denison Yellow Jackets. Sting 'em, as Lynn Burkhead would say. We have Mrs. Heather Arthur Stinnett. How are you?
Congratulations.
I'm so excited to be here. And you got it right, Zach.
You did.
Got it right.
You, man.
Of course, you had to practice for 5 minutes before we went live here, but that's all right. We won't hold that again.
I had to practice all week long. I was like, is it going to be Stinnett? Is it going to be Stinnett? I have no idea, but we are good to go. How are you today?
I'm great. I'm wonderful. I'm in a classroom that's pretty quiet right now. It's my conference period, but here in a little while, it probably won't be so much that way.
So you are a 7th grade science teacher.
I am, and I love it very, very much. I love my job.
I mean, you had to know that it was science behind her. I mean, she's got the periodic table stuff.
What gives it away?
Yeah, I mean, it's stuff that Zach would never pay attention to in school, so he didn't notice.
Do you know what that fancy smancy thing is?
I know what that is, but don't ask me about any of the...
Didn't you have to learn those? No?
The periodic table.
I periodically looked at the table.
Only when you had to cram for a test? Is that what you're saying?
Yes. I would sleep on top of the book. What is that? Osmosis?
Osmosis, yes. So science was in. So tell us a little bit. I mean, science. I mean, that's a very specific thing. What got you into wanting to be a science teacher?
Well, I've loved science my whole life. Even as a child, I used to hide in my closet and play with microscopes. And my mother and father greatly encouraged that, and I loved it. And of course, I went to school here in Denison, and we had an amazing program for up-and-coming scientists. And so that's what I went into. I really didn't plan to be a school teacher. That's just what happened because I am a teacher. That's just what I am. But I went towards science. I did research. I did the medical field. I did all of those sorts of things. And life just sort of led me here, and I would not have it any other way. I love my job, and Scott Middle School and Denison are the greatest. I truly think John Parker has a talent for his hiring capabilities because I know that this sounds cliche, but it really, truly is a family here. It really, truly is a family here. Oh, I know, right? My alarms.
They say you on the radio.
You have to have alarms for everything as a teacher because you don't want to forget anything ever. So, yeah, I love it here.
Big Dave has a knack for hiring people, too. Which is
there are days I wonder about that.
How we got into this predicament. By the way, I know I just said we can see you on the radio, but this is a radio interview that's online. So I know that kind of...
Yay, science.
Yes, exactly.
We have a lot of fun.
So, what's that?
We have a lot of fun in my class. Let's see. Last year, I dressed up as a turkey that was an inflatable costume and skated around the school. And we did elephant toothpaste. I don't know if you're familiar with that experiment, but we do big things. We do over-the-top big things. And this year, I dressed up as Rudolph and Grandma. We did the digestive system from beginning to finish. We've done a lot of really cool stuff. That's one thing I really like to incorporate is a lot of fun because when Corona hit, some of that kind of went away, and I like to bring that back in.
Yeah, I was going to say that you actually stole my thunder a little bit there because I was going to ask you that do you think that being a science teacher and being a student in a science class is probably the most fun you could have at school because of all the experiments and all the fun stuff you get to do?
By far. I said, look, technically I'm a statistician, but please don't make me teach math. No offense, math people, love you. But I want to do big things and fun things and make people say ooh and awe. And of course, Mr. Parker likes it when I go outside. So there's no exothermic reactions going on in the building and such. But yeah.
But
Exothermic.
Don't before you hurt yourself. So here's a question. Here's a question for you that I have is 7th grade though. It seems like did you want the middle school thing? Because I remember me in 7th grade and like our fun at school was trying to make the teachers cry. I mean, because that's just
well, there might be a little of that. They can be a little mischievous at times. However, so can I, and I can be one up on that as well. So I keep them on their toes too. 7th graders are so much fun. This is exactly what I wanted to do. This is exactly the age range I wanted to do it in. The little bitty kids are so sweet, but they can't do all that exothermic reaction stuff, right? Because there's a safety risk there. So we have to be responsible and we have to teach them those things as well. It's not always about fun, although there is a large portion of that. So yeah, while they can be a little mischievous and kind of wild at times even, I have my own enthusiasm.
Rule number 1, always remember your goggles.
They have to keep keep up with me, sir.
Oh yeah, always.
Safety first.
So tell me about the 7th grade, because it's been so long since 7th grade. What is it you learn in 7th grade science now?
Oh gosh,
it always changes.
So many things. We learn all about the different body systems.
Right.
We touch a little bit on chemistry. I taught 8th grade prior to this, so I like to actually put in some physics. We do a lot of biology, ecology. We're actually doing water testing this week. So we're testing water quality. We develop community plans to incorporate that. We do all sorts of neat stuff. And I like to put a lot of technology in as well, because when Corona hit, there was an obvious need to go towards technological advances. So we do all kinds of, I teach them how to put GIFs in their presentation. And every once in a while, even hitting a button and make SpongeBob dance on their computer screen.
That's cool. So Zach, do you do like science fairs? Do you have a science fair?
We haven't had any science fairs yet, but we've done a lot of presentations on how they would, like, for instance, I think last week or week before last, we did a survival of a plane crash, and they had to pick a biome like a desert, and they presented that to the class, and I got to make the assertion on who was actually going to be a survivor of that or not.
So do you have anybody in your family who's a teacher? I mean, because you said, you tried the medical field, you did all these other things, and then you kind of got like just pulled into the teaching thing. And usually when that happens, it's because of somebody in the family
That's so
happens
true.
to, So what happened there?
If you haven't recognized the name, or a lot of times the face can also get confused because we look almost identical. My mother is assistant principal at BMAC, and she's taught for a very long time. I'm not going to quote how many years because she's very young. But yes, it's a familial thing. And she did call me up and say, hey, do you think this would be something you'd like to do? And of course I jumped on it, and here we are.
So she didn't guilt you into it?
I hear a bell. Here they come. Get ready.
Which class? So is it like a structured class? You got 7th graders coming in now, and then it's like you teach the same thing several times a day. Is that how it works?
I do. I teach AP and general education classes, so I do a little bit of both. But really, I don't adjust my standards too much because I believe in the capability of all of my students. I do have a little bit of a higher grading criteria sometimes on ones. More than others, but other than that, we do all of the same things in all of my classes. So it doesn't get redundant to me because I just get better as the day goes on. I feel it as an improvement.
Yeah, the last class you got it down. Like
I got it down.
That's the class I'd want.
Yes.
Yeah. So what? So what are you teaching today? Like, what's on your? So the class that comes in, what are they going to have to learn?
Well, today we're learning all about water pollution and water quality. And like I said, we've got these handy dandy water test strip kits that we're doing. And
I know that. I do know that.
We are super excited to bring different types of water from our homes and the fish tank water and the school water and see what is going on with all of this. So City of Denison, I'm pretty sure is going to have it where they're supposed to be, but we're going to make sure Friday. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So water quality, that's what we're doing because it's really important, right? We have to have water to live.
Yeah,
So-
all the other stuff, no offense, I kind of glossed over because you were saying a lot of big words, and that was right up Dave's alley.
You know, the kids accuse me of that from time to time too. They say that I have a vocabulary, which I encourage. Well, hello, gentlemen. How are you? Come in and have a seat. Some of them have to make a grand entry.
Yes. Oh
That's
my
great.
goodness. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
See, this is like an active classroom, Zach. This
Yes, absolutely. They come on in. I ask all of them how their day is every single day. I want to know all of my students. So I make sure and encourage that we communicate with one another and ask each other how our days are. And everyone, not just me, listens. And so everyone comes in and they're being really quiet now. They're tiptoeing around.
I know.
Ooh.
It's like
Look,
seventh
look.
grade. Oh, hey.
oh,
It's
there
like-
you go.
Like
We have a visitor.
I was about to say, like for a seventh grade class, they're really quiet. Like oddly,
they're
I'd be
They're
worried.
really,
Like
really
if
good, and they're really respectful. I can't complain. They do a really good job. Do you want me to show you my class as they
Please,
come in?
yes.
You want to see
Yeah,
it?
go ahead.
Okay.
We love it.
and as everybody's bugging you on your phone.
Yeah.
Yes, my phone rings a lot. So let's see here. We have a lot of fun things in my room. There's the fish, Mr. Pickles. Here we go. Lots of kids. Everyone say hello. Say hi.
Good morning. Hello.
Hello.
There goes the phone again.
Oh my goodness, that's great. Well, we know you got a class to teach and all that, so we won't
Yeah.
keep you around for long. But we do.
I just want to say thank you before you go. Thank you so much. We appreciate you very, very much. We appreciate you as teachers, and we appreciate your support truly. Thank you so much for this. It's a true honor.
We appreciate you. Now we have to ask one important question before we let you go.
Yes, sir.
$750 from our sponsors, and we know how you teachers are. You like to spend it on your classroom and your kiddos, and we admire
3D printer. She needs a
Absolutely.
3D
Yes,
3D printer. That's what
Yes,
she needs to
sir.
buy.
It's
3D.
going to all go back to the classroom, I assure you.
No.
I can't wait.
You
We
gotta
can't.
spend you gotta spend a
Yeah.
little bit on yourself.
So it is.
No
It is
way.
our duty
Yes.
to tell you that you have to spend at least some of it on yourself, a nice dinner or something.
Yeah.
Or, take your mom out to a nice dinner. Thank you for getting me into this field or something
Yes.
like that. See,
Or I
you
can
do
buy
something.
sulfuric acid and sugar
Yeah.
and do a really cool experiment at the end of the year. What do you
But-
guys think? You think I should do an experiment? Okay. I think
We
you've been
were-
outvoted.
Yes, we've been outvoted, Zach, but you
All
really
right.
should do something nice for yourself.
Thank you. I
think so.
appreciate
You-
it very much, guys.
for all the work that
Truly.
you do. So again, congratulations. Now the cool thing is not only do you get $750 now, but now you're also qualified to be announced as our possibly teacher of the year, which we'll be announcing in May, which would get you another $750, and then you can buy all the sulfuric, also all the acid and stuff that you need at that point and do all your stuff. But congratulations to you. We appreciate you and everything you do. We'll let you get back to your seventh graders
Thank
because I
y'all
remember
so
again.
much.
I remember
really
me.
Appreciate you.
As a seventh grader, you need to go pay attention to them more than us. All right.
Yeah.
Well, again,
sir.
we still have the need for nominations to be able to choose our. We've got April and May left. All right. So we need nominations for 2 more months of Teachers of the Month. So please log on to the websites 931kmkt.com or madrock1025.com and submit your nomination for a teacher who's gone up and beyond the classroom, right? That like doing all these. She was having none of us trying to get her to spend a little bit of that money on herself. She wants to spend it all on her stuff, right? So
Yeah.
Teacher of the Month, our Teacher of the Year program, again, thanks to Night Furniture and Mattress, Pediatric Dentistry of Sherman, and Parkway Buick GMC. We'll see you again next month.